Okay, I got 7 o'clock. It's July 26th. First thing on the agenda is we have a public hearing for Farmington Market Center rezoning. Read notice, please.
Please take notice of the Farmington Town Board will hold a continuation of a public hearing originally held on April 26, 2022, on July 26, 2022, at 7 p.m. at Farmington Town Hall, 1000 County Road 8, Farmington, New York 14425, to consider proposed revisions on a draft local law entitled "A Local Law Amending Chapter 165 Zoning Law, Article 3, Section 165-12." Zoning map by rezoning 3 parcels of land identified as tax map account numbers 29.00-1-01-39, 29.00-1-40, and 29.00-1-41.1 from GB General Business to IZ Incentive Zoning. Any resident of the town of Farmington shall be entitled to be heard upon this matter at such public hearing. This by resolution of the town board of the town of Farmington.
Thanks, Michelle. It was brought to our attention that the resolution talked about parts 2 and 3, and we had not posted part 3. And so this public hearing will continue to our next town board meeting to get a chance to look at it. We did post that information today once we found out it wasn't on our website. Staff? Dan or Ron?
Yeah, the town board previously had declared its intent to be designated lead agency when it did the 30-day public review and comment period with involved agencies. That ended at July 14th. Well, excuse me, July 12th. At that time, you were designated lead agency. Under seeker, you have 20 days to make a determination of significance. We have drafted a part 2 and 3 for your review. And as you have stated, because it was not posted today on the website, you should continue this public hearing to the next meeting in August 9th. At that time, you would be in a position to have received any public comments on parts 2 and 3. Also, any comments on information that may or may not be available at this juncture. One of the reasons why we had continued the public hearing is that we had been requested to have information provided on the availability of the traffic study that was done for the Farmington Market Center project. We have now received that information. It was prepared by Steve Ferranti and Associates, and it has been updated 3 times. That has been filed with the town clerk's office and is now available for public review under FOIL. We also have the draft parts 2 and 3, which have now been posted, as you say, and we will be asking for public comment tonight with your understanding that you have intentions to continue this public hearing to the 9th of August.
All right, thank you. And any questions at this point? Any comments, questions? Hi, Jerry.
How are you?
Good.
Good evening. Mr. Supervisor, members of the board, my name is Jerry Goldman. I'm the attorney and agent for GLN Farmington LLC. It's the developer of the property next door to the Farmington Market Center. As Ron, oops, I didn't turn around. There we go. As Ron indicated, we have been engaged in discussion with Farmington Market Center relative to improvements to the roadways of 96, to the accesses to the property, and the ultimate extension of Mercer Boulevard, which has been a town goal as part of the MTOD The last meeting that we had was a week and a half ago. And at that time, everyone went with some homework to do some additional study. At this point, we haven't really come to a conclusion on that. And as Ron just indicated, a traffic report, which had been filed in 2000, I think initially 2016, as Ron pointed out, updated a couple of times. The last update on that, I believe, was 2019. And it may be necessary to further update that to reflect what the current is. We're going to foil that document. We'll take a look at it and we'll be prepared to comment on it at the next board meeting. But in the meantime, it's our hope that we all can get together, being all the stakeholders, dealing with the access and the roads which need to be improved, to try to accomplish what we consider to be the most important thing, and that's figuring out how to pay for it and how to do that on a fair share basis. At this point, we really don't have a clear picture right now as to how we're going to do that. The traffic engineers are taking a look at things. Hopeful that we will come up with a formula that makes sense. Everyone will agree, the road will get built, the town's objective will be satisfied, the developers' objectives will be satisfied. We're not here to oppose the project per se, but we are here to make sure that while we're in the approval process, we address all of those issues. So that's basically my comments for this evening. If you have any questions of us, John LaFroise is here, principal of GLN, and that's about all we have at this point.
All right, thank you. Any questions, any comments? Okay. I think, Jerry.
Yes.
And John, from the last meeting, we were also asked for information on GLN and GNA. We hadn't seen that. Remind the engineers.
Right. Well, we'll remind the traffic engineer, certainly for GLN, it's the same traffic engineer as in Farmington Market Center, but there was some review that was going to occur by the civil engineers, BME Associates for GLN. GNA, I believe Ron indicated that he was in touch with GNA's engineer, not the traffic engineer. And so the hope is that all that information will come in so that a full picture can be obtained on this.
Thank you. Anybody else? Okay, anything else from the side?
Anybody online? We have one person online.
Anybody online with a question for this public hearing? Okay, as I mentioned, we're going to continue the public hearing to our next meeting, first meeting in August. Right, the board, okay that? All right, thank you. We'll now do our regular meeting, call to order and pledge of allegiance, and we'll do this. The pledge.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. We have two approval of the minutes on the agenda, July 12th and July 19th. So moved by Mike, second by Steve. Any questions, changes? All in favor? Aye. Privilege of the floor or public concerns? Any privilege of the floor or public concerns tonight? Anybody online? Privilege of the floor or public concerns? That's it. Okay, reports of standing committee, Public Works.
Yeah, the Highway and Parks side, just a lot of ongoing summer projects. Reported just obviously equipment maintenance, roadside mowing. They've been working over on Town Line Road, just getting the area ready for sidewalks. Doing some drainage work over the Fraser Way area, cleaning swales. It's that time of year, he's been working on next year's budget to get ready for that whole process. Just as we had trucks in town, he's had some trucks out of town doing oil and stoning. Victor Hopewell Phelps helping out. Parkside, again, just ongoing building and park maintenance. Mowing of parks and mowing of trails is constant all summer. And removal of dead ash trees as they keep popping up in the parks and trail system. And I'll let him touch on anything else. Water and sewer. Digester 1, we've been talking about that for a while. The wall repair on that has been completed, basically just waiting on final painting, sanding and painting. Also waiting on a pump to be rebuilt, but I think Digester 1 is slowly getting closer. We talked about the second clarifier had an issue with the scraper arm that has been removed and put back into service. Ross valve we've been discussing for the inflow building has finally shipped, just waiting on that for arrival. Did have some discussion on a sludge drying pilot program that we're going to be involved in. And actually Monroe County is now involved to help out the other 4 municipalities on that. That's coming up in August. Replacing check valves and some pump stations, PS 19, 3, and 22. One pump. Water replacement at 332 and 96. They are over there now. Again, that's going to be several months worth of boring in that area. And we did get the pipe for Town Line Road, and the crews are going to be working on that as time permits. And flow testing. We moved them. We have had a couple rain events. And new discussion today just about new locations for them. And then PS 25 over on Langham Road, we've been talking about that quite a bit. Just waiting on parts and contractors waiting on parts to get that repaired on. So I have public work.
Thank you. Town operations.
Operations up this morning. We have 10 resolutions we can discuss as they come up. Staff is should be wrapping up its research about the Airbnb, the short-term rentals, as well as flex storage. They had a webinar last week with some information about the Airbnbs, and possibly have a draft local law next month for review. Code enforcement officer can report on all of his stats. Everything else goes on the website.
Great, thank you. Reports of other town officials, supervisors. We had a public works meeting this morning, and as everybody knows, the high cost of everything is affecting town government. Road striping, Kim reported that the cost of road striping is double what it was last year. And obviously the blacktop paving, we still have Shortsville Road to do this year, and it'll cost us 40 to 50,000 more than we put in the budget. And luckily we've got the money to do the work. I'm very glad to report that the town board, we had a financial meeting last Tuesday, and we went through the first 6 months of revenue and expenses, and the town's in good shape. We looked at how the video lottery terminal money that's come in, how we're going to spend that in capital projects in the next 3 years. And we also looked at the federal ARPA money that we received. We have now last year's money and this year's money just came in, and we're spending the majority of that on water and sewer projects here in Farmington. The second thing we talked about at the financial meeting was mid-year reviews. Probably started 4 or 5 years ago when Don was the highway superintendent. We at mid-year we looked at the lower paid highway employees and parks employees and tried to give them a bump to eventually catch up to the high wage earners in the highway and the parks department. And so this year we looked at critical positions in the town. Also, we don't want to lose employees to other towns. It's very competitive right now. So we did do some adjustments on administrative staff, and we did some adjustments in the building department, and a few in water and sewer, on the technical side and administrative. So I'm glad the town board worked on that with me, and we got through that pretty quick, and we have a resolution tonight to approve that. And that's all I have. Highway and parks.
First thing I have to report is playground for Beaver Creek is finally here.
Let's repeat that. The playground for River Creek Park
And the swing set, they're both there.
is here.
It is here.
And we were in like November, right?
Yeah. Quite a lot.
Now it's just getting the crew, the company to install them.
They're gonna, the parks guys are gonna start working on the swing set, because we're gonna do those.
Okay,
They'll get in there as soon as recreation is over. And we'll start on that.
okay.
While it's dry, so that's a good one. Hopefully that's very much up.
Thank you.
I did get an email from, Jim Fletcher late this afternoon. He had reported from Hines, who does a lot of the concrete. They're saying that any sidewalks or anything that we have planned, probably are not gonna happen this year, because they just can't get cement. It's hard to get. So, wow, so sidewalks will probably not go in on the west side of the west end of New Michigan this year. Probably gonna have, or town line road, I'm sorry.
It's probably because they don't have drivers, right?
I don't know if it's, I don't know what the shortage is, but it's probably drivers.
But a lot of it is drivers, you know, when you get our patio done, it's like you gotta call 2 weeks out, and you gotta call when they open. Yeah, and then they're booked for 2 weeks.
Yeah, I forget, didn't somebody have to go all the way to Buffalo to get cement, have it delivered from Buffalo just to get it.
Yeah, we had a site potato, we went to potato. Finish the job.
So we do have mill and fill scheduled in up in Auburn Meadows. We've got 3 roads to do. That's gonna start August 8th. For the milling part, and the paving will be done on the 10th. After the 10th, we're gonna move over to Shortsville Road. We'll start Shortsville Road on the 11th. And Shortsville should be finished on the 16th.
Again, ask Susie, give me all that in an
We'll get
email.
those, we'll get, we'll have her get the, door hangers out and cover them out and maybe park down the road right there, so I have to call the tow truck.
Yeah.
Hopefully they'll also have to do. But yeah, I'll get the dates for that. Of course, all weather permitting.
Yep. We'll put it on the website, we'll do an email blast, and we'll put it out on the Facebook.
That's all I got.
All right, thanks, Town Clerk.
Nothing, we're just still busy with piping water and sewer bills, so. Would be the 20%, so. And then licensing has picked up since they've sent out second notices. Now we need the postcards, we're working on the second notice of letter versus the postcards working better, so we're gonna do it out the postcards and just go with the second notice as she wrote.
Okay, good. Let's see, water and sewer.
Stephen covered that pretty well. Everything we went over this morning. I would say the project of interest that's being deployed tomorrow, starting your meeting on site at 3:32 and maybe 6 for that water line project. Is there anything else that?
I got a call from Strangleys. And they will be on the road Monday morning. Do the place under the thruway to line that pipe. And I talked to Tim, coordinated so we can take the Parker tractor trailer and another truck and trailer. Highway department.
Yeah, so we got 2 water projects going under the thruway Hook Road. We had problems with that, so we got a company coming in for under 70,000 to line that pipe in a couple-day process. At the same time, 332 and 96, we've had the water shut off east and west underneath 332. We went out to bid to put a new water line underneath 332 east and west. Alternate 1 was to do it underneath 96, north and south. Get that all done on the project. We had $680,000 in the budget. With alternate, with the base under 332, that was $680,000. And the alternate 1 brought it up to $1.1 million to go underneath 332 and 96 because it's all rock. So the majority of the money is the boring costs underneath both those highways. So the difference for alternate 1 to go underneath 96, we're using the federal ARPA money. So we're not taking it out of the water fund balance. Not cheap. Okay, building and zoning.
A couple of quick things to report about. The new coach truck came in this week, over the highway getting upfitted to match the other truck. I've been working with the highway department on the Farmington, welcome to Farmington signs along 332 and 96, making sure the easements are right. We got one of them on tonight, and at the next board meeting, we have another one that should be ready to move forward. So that will be 2 out of the 4, and the one up on 332. Tim and I met out there today, where we have a little piece of property which I think is going to be worked out very efficient for that one. So we might not need to use that location. So, which is all good things. And then the last thing I want to report on is that we're excited to welcome the construction inspectors over to the building department, and working out of our office until downstairs is rehabbed and ready for them to be downstairs. So.
All right, good, thank you. Planning board.
Yeah, our last meeting was due to not enough board members, but our next meeting, we have a preliminary site plan for a single family home on Hook Road. And then we have a bunch of board actions to go over, projects that we need to get some reports together for the town board and different things. There's some cleanup or moving forward on projects.
All right.
Thanks.
Thanks. Ron, Director of Planning and Development.
Well, I have several things to report tonight. Probably the most important one is for Larry Potter to remind Jenny that the ice cream store is going to be opening next month over there at Commercial Drive and so they're counting on that. Okay? We received a notice today from the town engineers that the redesign of the detention pond for ADS Albert Meadows has been reviewed and approved. They need some detailed design drawings and other things, but they're moving forward with that. We have a meeting tomorrow afternoon at 3 o'clock here to talk with the representatives from Comra about the abandonment of Comra Trail. That was originally put in years ago because there was a landlocked parcel behind, and that's now been purchased by Comra, so that the need for that to be continued as a town highway is no longer necessary. And I'm sure Tim will be happy to take that off his calendar. We have a letter of credit coming from a Safe Place Storage for their project over there, the extension of Commercial Drive. We have not received anything from the state DOT yet, on the no standing signs that we've asked for along 332. We've had a meeting with CNB on their plans for development there on the Farmington Market Center site. And they're waiting patiently for all these transportation things to be resolved. The Hickory Drive drone signs have been provided to the Parks Department, and they'll be putting those up shortly. The ZBA meeting last night, one of the applicants didn't show up, so they continued the meeting until August. And we've sent notification to them that according to the rules of procedure, if they don't show up at the next meeting, the board has the right to recommend this denial without prejudice. And they would have to wait a year before we submit it. So with that, all the other town ops reports have been posted today on the website. And we continue to receive inquiries from developers about new projects that are coming along. That's all I have.
All right, thank you. Town engineer, Bill?
Yes, I think pretty much everything I was gonna report on has been reported on, so that's good. The only other thing I have is, we're updating the sewer, sanitary sewer report to submit that for a WIA grant application in September, so we'll be wrapping that up here pretty soon. That's all that I have. Any questions?
I'm good. The assessor, not here tonight, but just give a report that the assessor and the assessor rate has been doing what I'll call drive-bys north of the thruway, looking at all the properties and then going through the property files for what they see versus what the file says, and that's in preparation for next May 2023. We'll have a full reval of all our properties. So our assessor is shared with the town of Canandaigua. So some of the assessment work will be done. We're contracting with Ontario County to do some of the assessment work, and then the on-site work on properties, and then our assessor will have to review everything before they approve the roll next year. It'll be last full reval we did was 2019, so it'll be a tough year next year of 2023 getting a reval out after missing a few years. Recreation going along good. Ron?
I just want to comment about the assessor's aid. I've been coming in this morning at 7 o'clock, and she was already here. She's putting a lot of time in, and I think that's very commendable on her part to what she's doing, and I know she's got a lot of stuff coming along. She is putting a lot of time in, and I want to recognize it.
Yeah, thank you. Recreation going along good. The summer rec ends August 5th. Last Friday they did do sea breeze trip with the kids. And no missing kids or no injuries, so that's good. And we didn't lose anybody, right? Right. That's all I got. Communications are on file. Reports and minutes are on file. And we'll next do the resolutions. Resolution 1 is authorizing acceptance of a private hydrant maintenance agreement with Hathaway Corners LLC. So, second. Motion and a second. Again, we require fire hydrants on properties, and this is it's a private system, but we have access to it to do the maintenance on the hydrant itself. I'll sign that with everybody's approval. All in favor? Aye. Use a resolution authorizing the code enforcement officer to purchase from dealer and install accessories for his 2022 Chevrolet Silverado 1500 LTD four-wheel drive crew cab at a cost of $2,303 for a total purchase price of the truck of $39,275, including freight and delivery.
So, second.
Motion is second, comments, questions? When we order that, one, November?
Yeah, that was the order in November with the rest of them.
Yeah, we still got a bunch of trucks to do in. All in favor? Aye. Three is a resolution authorizing Dave County to attend the New York Rural Water Association Water Wastewater Laboratory Training Session at Canandaigua American Legion, Post 256, on July 27th, at a cost not to exceed $100.
Second.
Motion of the second. All in favor?
Aye.
Four is a resolution accepting signed and utility easement for property located on 6237 State Route 96.
Almost. Second.
And motion second, again, this is an easement to put up a welcome to Farmington sign near the Good Lawn Mobile Home Park. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Five is a resolution acknowledging the addition of new members to the Farmington Volunteer Fire Association.
Second.
Motion is second. Always nice. This is Ethan Payne and Roulette Drive. Always good to have new members of the fire department. All in favor? Aye. Six is confirming resolution authorizing the successful completion of probationary period for water and sewer employees Christopher Van Orden, Scott Card, effective July 10th, with a pay increase of 50 cents per hour from 22 to 22.50 an hour.
Second.
Motion is second. Again, discussed with the highway superintendent, or with the water and sewer superintendent, and part of the policy we do with people coming off from probation. All in favor? Aye. Seven, the resolution authorizing the purchase of a radio charger for the road department truck from Finger Lakes Communication at costs not to exceed $2,001.69.
Second.
Motion is second. All in favor? Aye.
Block email.
Got a request to block 8, 9, and 10. Any objections? Okay, this is for Farmington Manufactured Homes, Woodlawn Courts, and Hunts Manufactured Homes, the annual operating index.
Second.
Motion and second, right? So I want,
Nate moved that, you second.
right, now I can just explain them.
All right, yeah, these, as the board is so aware, is your annual operating permit. Per the code, it says the town board has to approve, the code enforcement to issue these permits on an annual basis. Before we submit these to you, the building officer goes out and does the inspection, and then they have to fix everything that he might find in the parks, and then when that's all compliant, is when we come to you guys for the approval. So after today, if you guys do pass this, then we'll issue the permits to them. They'll be good for another year.
Good. The list stays pretty short compared to previous years, right?
That's for sure. They've gotten a lot better.
Yeah. All right, any questions, board? All in favor?
Aye.
Number 11, resolution establishing a letter of credit for Loomis Road Storage Project in the total amount of $67,779.60.
Second.
Motion is second. Any questions, comments? All in favor? Aye. 12 is our resolution authorizing the mid-year pay increase.
Second.
Motion in a second. Again, we have two enclosures. One is term administrative staff, and the second one is the water, the highway and parks employees. All in favor?
Aye.
13, resolution authorizing a budget amendment transferring money from an appropriated fund balance in sewer to sanitary sewer CE in the total amount of $30,000.
Second.
Again, we're running a little short in that line, so we had to move some money in. And most of that is from the Colette Road sewer line that was put in near 332. All in favor? Aye. 14 is a resolution of support for the Eagle Scout project.
So,
Motion by Mike, second by Nate. And this will be a scout going toward the Eagle project, and it will be at the halfway cemetery. All in favor? Aye. 15 is a resolution accepting parts 2 and 3, and we're going to move that to the next meeting, right?
Well, you can accept it tonight. Okay, you're just not making any determination on it.
Okay.
What's planned for the next meeting anyway.
All right.
But you basically, as the lead agency, have satisfied the 20-day period from your last meeting on the 12th of July to the 26th, 14 days of making a determination of completing parts 2 and 3.
Yes. And
I thought 3 was not posted.
It was not posted. Okay.
So what is the negative of pushing it to the next meeting? It doesn't change anything.
You can postpone it to the next meeting. I mean, if you accept it tonight, it just becomes a document for anybody can review and comment on. Doesn't matter. You want to continue it to the next meeting, that's fine.
continue.
Find your way, something. Yeah, we'll see.
All right. Just lay it over.
Lay it over. That's an irony, by the way, in state law, because the state law says you have to make a determination in 20 days that accept parts 2 and 3. And now because of this irony in the open meetings law, you have to lay it over
Yeah.
and state it at its best.
All right, so 15 is laid over. 16 is a resolution of support endorsement of the 1860 Quaker Meeting House Museum. 2022 grant application through New York State Consolidated Funding Application Program for the New York State Office of Parks, Recreation, and Historic Preservation for Environmental Protection Fund grant. So, motion second. Comments or questions? Let's see. A couple of times we've helped them out.
Well, I'm hoping that the fact that they received the federal grant monies will entice New York State to support, this grant application.
Everybody's successful so far.
Yep. All in favor? Aye. 17 is abstract 14 of 2022 to pay the bills. General fund, $119,002.99. Highway fund, $163,403.68. Beaver Creek Park, $64.99. Fuel station capital project, $1,130. Water tank repairs, $640.14. Town Line Road Capital Project, $188,938.05. That's our half share of the blacktop campaign. Storm drainage, $2,279.86. Farmington Protection District, $31,680. Lighting District, $951.65. Sewer District, $163,504.22. Water District, $28,028.97. Payroll deduction, $7,096.09. For total abstract, $706,648.64. So I have one. So moved. Second. Motion by Mike, second by Steve. There is motion by Steve, second by Mike. Any comments, questions, abstentions? All in favor? Aye. We do have training there listed under $100 training. And also we had to waiver the rule. Any objections for waiver of the rule? Hearing none, we have one resolution, and that's authorizing the waiving of the retention lodge fees for the Cobblestone Arts Center on August 5th. So, sorry. Motion is second. We've done that in the past. This just came in yesterday, so that's why it's a waiver of the rule. We just received it. Any comments, questions? All in favor? Aye. Okay, thank you. That's the end of our agenda. Any other comments, questions, concerns? Anybody on the line? All right. Take a motion to adjourn. So, motion by Mike, second by Nate. All in favor? Aye. Thank you, everybody. Yeah.